Hi there, this is In, On and Gone video number 33, and I have to give this video over to the golf shirts because they have sold really well this week in terms of my quick sales. My name's James Smith and I run channel JR74, and this In, On and Gone series is all about what is coming into my store, what is on my store, and also what has gone from my store, what I've sold. I would say it's the gone that's probably the one that you are most interested in. So I always start with the gone. I do it by firstly covering the things that have sold within 7 days so that you are fully aware of what is going quickly at this time of year on eBay, this time of year being January 2025. Right, let's get on, shall we? Please, as I said, please like, comment, subscribe as much as you like. I have had over the past week or so a pretty good week in terms of YouTube sales or YouTube subscribers. Sorry, not sales, subscribers. The channel's beginning to move and it's really good. Okay, I'm putting a lot of hard work in to basically give as many facts and education as I can over to you guys. So the support is really appreciated. Thank you very much. So without any further ado, let's start talking about the 5 things this week that have sold within 7 days. So we'll start with the golf shirts. I say so often that hobbies, anything associated with hobbies, sell. And also, if you are going to go into reselling, I would strongly suggest that you concentrate on stuff that you know about. I'm a golfer myself. I know what makes a good golf shirt or what the latest looks are and stuff like this. I also know that if you walk into a pro shop or into any shop actually that sells golf attire, the prices are becoming eye-watering. In a way, they're getting a bit silly. But, you know, it's one of the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing, to try and give you the best value in terms of golf shirts. And I'm getting them from charity shops, I'm getting them from online stores, and I'm also getting them from Vinted as well. So this week there were 3 that I managed to sell within 7 days. The first one was a really nice pink Nike golf polo with sort of like geometric lines on it. Now, the golf polos that I look out for to put on my store have just got a little bit about them. There's a little bit of difference about them. Yeah, I've got the plain ones, but I've also got the ones with a little bit of pattern on as well. And it's the ones with a little bit of pattern on that do seem to sell a lot more quickly. So I'm always on the lookout. This one was a nice one. It was, as I said, it was a Nike Tour Performance golf polo. And actually the person messaged me saying, you know, because I put it on for 12, I think, and he offered me 10. So in the end, it was £4.53 that I got it for. I took an offer of £11.60, okay? And that gave me, after fees and postage, £6.43 back, which was £1.90 profit, which was 41%. So just below that 50 to 100 that I like to aim for. However, it's 41% in a very short space of time, and it's an extra pair of eyes to your store. And as I said, the person messaged me to basically validate, is this actually real? You know, I think that's the only way that I can describe it. So hopefully I've got somebody now who will come back to the store and maybe buy some more stuff. So if you take all that into consideration, the 41% is actually really good. So I'm really pleased with that. The second one was one of my favorite brands, Under Armour. I've explained so many times why I like Under Armour. It's because it appeals to men and women, and it appeals to people across all age ranges. And also it's damn good stuff. Very good quality. It looks good too, good style. Now this was an Under Armour heat gear, sort of like a camouflage effect green golf polo that I managed to pick up for £5.61. Okay, now I learned a little bit from this. All right, this was a Vinted pickup for £5.61. I took an offer of £9.60, okay, which gave me £5.94 back. and a profit of 33 pence. Now, you know, you might be thinking to yourself, well, why take the offer then? But really, it's a case of cash flow. I want to get it. I've got it in, got it on. I want to get it gone. I want to get that money back so that I can invest it into something else. Okay, you win some, you lose some in the amount of markup that you make from stuff. But I would say that as a reseller, this is what you need to do. If you don't do this, you are going to need one hell of a big storage place. If you're holding out for top dollar on each and every product that you put on, you're going to need a really big storage place, and your cash flow is going to be stunted a little bit. You need to get stuff sold to get the money back so you can go out and buy some more stuff. All right. So really, if you've got a huge storage space and massive reserves of cash, which are two things that I haven't got, all right, and most people like doing a little side hustle like this won't have something like that, then yeah, crack on. Okay, you can hold out for top dollar each and every time if you really, really want to. But in reality, that is quite a difficult thing to do. So I'm not saying that I take each and every offer that comes my way. But again, for stuff like golf polos, I am putting the golf polos on to drive attention to my store. So really, yeah, I decided to let that one go. And it was at a profit of 5%. But it's 5%. It's 5%. It's 33 pence that I wouldn't have had. So, yeah, that's the way that I look at that. Maybe I could have held out for a bit more. But, hey, I think actually at £5.61, I learned a little bit from this. Since this now, I've said to myself, right, on Vinted, because this was a Vinted buy, don't go over a £5 for a golf polo. All right, so, yeah, I learned a little bit from that one. I said 5 things, didn't I? It's actually 6, but there's 5 profits and 1 loss. And the 1 loss is what I'm going to tell you about now. It's another golf shirt. So even though I talked about selling golf shirts, they do sell quickly. But in this case, because it was part of a bundle, I sort of like let it go for a little bit less because the other parts of the bundle made up for it. And this was a nice Puma camo golf polo. I'm saying camo because it had like a camouflage pattern on it as well. That again I picked up for £5.61. Took the offer of £10.60 after postage and fees, came back £5.55. So it was a 6 pence loss, which is just over a 1% loss. But the other parts of the bundle, which had been on for over 7 days, made up for it. Look, it's proof that golf polos are popular and proof that golf polos do sell quickly. But at this time of year, we're right at the start of Q1. It's not a buying season. This time of year, really, you need to be looking at your sourcing and building up your stock to sell in the summer, and also for even looking for stuff for like the next Q4 as well. Last year, Q2 and Q3 were quite good for me, and this year, actually, the start of the year has been pretty good. I've done better than what I was doing this time last year for the first 2 weeks of this year. So I'm pleased with that. But even though I was talking about golf polos being quick sellers, I have to be honest. And that's one thing that I really, really want to be in this channel, is honest to everybody who watches it. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs. I'm not just going to talk about, I'm not one of these channels that just talks about successes all the time. Okay, I'm doing it week by week by week and telling you what has gone well, what has not gone so well during the week. So I'm including profits and losses to give you a really realistic viewpoint of what being a reseller is all about. Overall, I'm in profit, yeah, okay, because most of the stuff that I talk about, if you're regularly watching the in, on and gone videos, you will see that I am making profit nearly 98-99% of the time. But there are some that don't. And yet again, this one I reckon I overpaid for, £5.61. Keep it below a £5 is what I've learned from this. Towards the end of the year last year as well, I brought a bundle of shorts, activewear shorts. sort of like running shorts, sweat shorts, basketball shorts, stuff like this. And it worked out that I got 50 pairs at £1.90 each. It was a good deal. It was a good deal that I was really, really pleased with. And I'm starting to filter those into my sales or into my listings. And there was a nice pair of grey Adidas Climacool shorts. So they were extra large as well, so a decent size. As I say, paid £1.90 for them, got £11.60 back, okay? Or sold them for £11.60. After that, getting them back £6.26, okay, which gave me £4.38, all right? Sorry, £6.28, that gave me £4.38, which is a 230% profit. So there we go, we're back in the big numbers again, all right? And this is well above the 50 to 100% that I usually go for. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. You've got to be aware of that. If you're looking to win in each and everything that you sell, like I've just literally tonight, I've just let a pair of trousers go that have been on for 9-10 months, and I took an offer of £4 on them, okay, just to get them gone. All right, just to get them gone. It's they haven't worked. All right, most of the stuff that I sell overall, I think my profit at the moment in terms of the stuff that sells for profit compared to losses stands at about 97%. So yeah, all right, I'm happy with that. But you've got to be realistic too. All right, a pair of, oh, let's just go to the next one. So next one, I nearly started it then without stopping the video, okay, because it's easier to do so I can insert the photos into each section. Now, Next, Stretch Chinos. Next is a brand that I haven't really tried before, and I was prepared to put it out there, okay, and have a go. The reason why is that I sourced them for quite a good price, £2, and these chinos were in good condition, all right, and they were sort of like stone coloured. So they weren't like your typical blue, dark grey, beige trousers. They were a little bit different. Coloured trousers do sell well, or trousers that are a different colour to the traditional coloured trousers sell well, and these fell into that category. As I said, £2, and I got £9.10 on them, okay, including postage. That gave me £4.15 back, £2.15 profit, which is 107%. Happy with that, happy with that. And finally, the sixth thing, and again, this is a brand that sells really well and really quickly. If you look back through my videos, I keep saying that, but if you do, you'll notice the brands that I'm mentioning quite a lot, okay? And this is a brand that I do mention quite a lot, and it is Jack & Jones jeans. These sell well, all right? Jack & Jones, there's a lot of these shops on the high street, and if you go in there to get a pair of jeans, you're looking at northwards of 35 quid. Okay, so I picked these up for £3.25, and there was naught wrong with them. All right, there were no rips, there was no tears, they were still in really good condition. They'd only been worn a couple of times. It's exactly the sort of product that you are looking for to make profit from. All right, so as I say, I paid £3.25 for them and took an offer of £10, including postage. That gave me £4.91 back, a profit of £1.66, which is 51%. Again, falling into that 50 to 100% category. Granted, only just, but it is there. So all in all for these, I paid £22.90 for all these products that I have just mentioned, all right, and I got back £33.26. That is a profit of £10.36, and that gives me 72%. But remember, these are only the quick sellers. All right. Now, it's important that you know what sells quickly, because this is this is sort of like the starch, the stodge of your reselling diet. This is the stuff that you need to get on and keep selling, gets the eyes to your store, gets the star ratings up on your eBay store if you're doing it through eBay, gets your comments in as like a good seller, gets things sent out quickly, blah, 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 so that when you do come across a really good product, you've already got a lot of eyes on it, and your shop has got good star scoring and good comments, so people will have the confidence to buy from you, especially when you are putting stuff on that you know that you've sourced at a good price. Okay, so important that you realize this, because there's so many people on eBay that are making reselling out to be, oh, you just go out and find stuff and it sells for profits of over 100%. That's not the case at all. Not the case. So I'm going to mention now a couple of products that I've sold this week that I'm quite happy with and have made me some good money. All right, the sort of things that take longer than 7 days to sell, because I'm starting to do this now in these videos, because I don't want people thinking that if I don't sell it within 7 days, I'll just chuck it out of my shed and burn it. That is not the case at all. Okay, so here's a few things that have sold for this week as well that are decent profit. So one of the things that I sold this week, and it took a couple of months to sell. It took, I think in the end it was 10 weeks, so just over 2 months. But this is worth doing. If you read magazines, in this case, it was a bundle of Runner's World magazines. Keep them, all right, store them somewhere. And after you've read them, because I find Runner's World, I like doing running myself, so I find it's full of good tips on the latest equipment and what to keep your eyes out for, and training patterns and stuff like this. So, and nutrition, it's a good read. But the thing is that I get it free. With my bank account, one of the perks that comes with the bank account is one with Lloyds Bank, and you don't have to pay anything for it for the year, but you get a free magazine subscription for a year. It's one of the perks that you get with it. So I get Runner's World free of charge. So I bundle them all up, and it was all of the 2023 Runner's World. I think there was one missing. I couldn't find the July one, I think it was. And so anyway, I put them all on, made sure that it was in the title, that the July one wasn't there. Okay, and I sold them for 20 quid. All right, so for 20 quid, well, £23.60 actually, because it was a 20 quid plus postage. That gave me back, after postage and fees, £16.52, which, considering it was free to me, is a profit of £16.52, which is 1,652%. Okay, get in, result. It's a huge profit. But yeah, I'm giving you ideas about what you can actually do, what you can actually find around your house. And if you have got past editions of magazines, maybe, even bundling them up into year groups, and even if you're missing a couple, don't really matter. Okay, just get them on there. All right, and just have a look at how many people are looking at it. But in this case, it worked. I have done it with men's health magazines as well. All right, I would say, any magazine that's like a hobby or an interest, but in these days, what magazine isn't about a hobby or an interest? It's worth doing. Now, I did mention earlier in the video that I have done the YouTube channel that I have, this channel JR74, has had a bit of success in the past week or so. The amount of subscribers that I'm getting has risen quite drastically, down to a video that I did about 10 categories that sell well. Okay, I released it at this time last week. One of those categories that I mentioned is accessories for big sellers. And I'm going to tell you about a sale now that I made, which is an accessory to a big seller. The big seller in question is Apple's MacBook Air. Now, you've either got the MacBook Air or the MacBook Pro. The MacBook Pro comes with all the bells and whistles around it, in terms of like the USB slots, the HDMI slots, the USB-C slots, etc., etc. Okay, it's got them all, and it's got a slightly quicker processor. The MacBook Air, on the other hand, and this is the computer that I have and I think is fantastic, it only has 2 USB-C slots. Okay, and then what you need to do is you need to plug into one of those slots a docking station, and it's that docking station that you can like plug your USBs into, your HDMIs into. There's a whole range of ports. It's like a multi-port thing, and I had a Dell WD-15K17A to be precise docking station, and I found this and it sold really, really well. I picked it up for £7, okay, and I sold it for 20. All right, so let's just centralize myself a little. There you go, that's better. That is a good sale. All right, and £13.45 back, £6.45 profit, which is 92%. So that falls well into the parameters that I set myself of between 50 and 100%. So yeah, pleased with that one. So have a look out. Anything, I suppose anything peripheral to an Apple computer, keyboards, mice, docking stations, stuff like this, sell well and sell really well, especially if they are from a trusted brand such as Dell. I've had a message back on this and the guy said, yep, working absolutely sweet. Really, really pleased. So that's good. And the last of this week's sales that I'm going to talk about is, again, a bit of advice about selling trainers. I like selling trainers. Very, very rarely does a pair of trainers hang around for a year. They're small, okay? They can easily be stored. They can easily be categorized as well. Also, Google Lens and many apps that you can download. I've got one called StockX. Will tell you exactly what trainer it is, or sneaker, or whatever you want to call it. These were a pair of Nike Blazer mid-77s, and I think I overpaid for them, because these are just a pair of normal suede high tops with Nike. They were in good condition. Don't get me wrong on that. But I paid £6.70 for these. And really, again, it just goes to show £5 is the magic mark. If it's above a fiver, you've really got to consider whether to get it or not. Because, as I said, these were in good nick. £6.70, sold them for £14.60, got back £8.84, which is a profit of £2.14, which at the end of the day was 31%. Now, I think these took about 8 weeks to shift. All right, and I also had a YouTube short video on them as well, so they were promoted quite a lot. Yeah, I could have got them for a fiver. I reckon they're out there for a fiver in the same condition. So all of these things, it's telling me, you know, but at the same time, you think to yourself, yeah, all right, it's £6.70, but I'm going to make profit on it, okay? And it's going to come back quick. So if you're doing that quite a lot, and this is why it's so important to try and get your listing time down, but at the same time maintaining the accuracy that is needed, okay, and the efficiency. All right, so this is why I spent a long time last year looking at ways that I could get the listing time down, so that with these sort of products, I wasn't really wasting that much time. All right, I reckon now I can list and take photos, if you put the whole time thing together, in 7 minutes and list it accurately. All right, it's using templates and stuff like this. So it's a dilemma, isn't it? It's a dilemma. I would have preferred, obviously, to have sourced these at £5, because then that would have added another £1.70 onto my profit, which would have made it well into the 50 to 100% bracket that I'm looking for. But still, 31. I got the money back quite quickly. I can now go and invest it in something else. So that's so they're the solds, they're the gons, the ons. Okay, that's easy. I've got the link to my store below. Have a look below in the description below, and you'll see the link to my store, and have a look at what I've got. I think I'm at about 230 things now. All right. Right. Let's go to Future Smithy now and just have a look at what is being put onto the store next week and what his thoughts on what they'll sell for and how quickly they'll sell are. Okay, are you there, mate?
I am here. It's me, Future Smithy, or as Boyce said in that classic Fools and Horses episode where they're having the seance, I am here, when they were questioning the name Aubrey. Anyway, what's coming into the shop this week? Got some great stuff coming in, and this part of the video I'm going to show you what's coming in, tell you about how much I paid for it and how much I'm going to put it on for and how much I expect it to go for. The sort of like the price range that I'm expecting. Going to kick off, if you excuse the pun, with these cracking Adidas Nemesis 18.4 cleated football boots. Okay, these can be worn on grass and on Astro as well. Size 3, so kids grow so quickly, and size 3 is the sort of size that you would expect your kids to be in if they're coming up to their teens. You might just laugh to yourself if your kids are already in size 6, 7 shoes. But yeah, kids grow, and so therefore all their sports equipment costs. So these, there's nothing wrong with them. There's no rips, there's no tears in them. They're in cracking condition. So I'm always happy to find stuff like this and put stuff like this on because it sells, and it sells really well. Paid £4.25 for these. I'll be putting them on for about 10 to 12. Any sort of like offer that comes in at 10 or just below 10, then I'll be taking. But yeah, probably get round about 100% markup on these. So yeah, nice pair of football boots. Next up, hobbies. Walking is a hobby, and I've got a really nice pair of DLX sort of like women's walking boots here. Okay, waterproof, Vibram sole as well, you know, in really nice condition. Again, no rips, no tears, haven't really been worn that much. I do say when I come across boots like this that are sort of like the brands that aren't the premium brands but are the mid-level brands, and this is a perfectly decent boot, and it's got a decent sole on it as well. If it's got the Vibram sole, you haven't sort of like, there are some soles where you've got the sort of like the grip on the bottom and it gets pushed in because it's hollow in the middle. With a Vibram sole, that ain't going to be there. So these are good soles. These will last you well, and they're in really good condition. DLX, yeah, that's a brand that's fine. It'll work for you. These are a UK size 7. Okay, they're waterproof. These, and it's got a good grip on them still. These will serve as a good pair of walking boots. Okay, paid £3 for these. I'm going to put them on between the 12 and 15. I think round about the £12 mark. So I think these have got potential, or quite high potential, for 100% markup. Nice pair of walking boots. And I will show you the other one as well. That is the other one. All right. Sometimes these things, they're used for the Duke of Edinburgh expeditions by school children, and then the parents realise then that they're not going to use them anymore, have a bit of a clear out, realise that they're probably too big for them, so just donate them to a charity shop. Thank you very much. Right, next. I am aware that the golf stuff that I put up is extremely male dominated. Finding stuff for men's golf attire is far easier than finding stuff for women's golf attire. Okay, the women's stuff, it's just not there. It's not there. But when I do find it, I'll get it and I'll put it on. Just like this. This is a lovely Nike Tour Performance, okay, women's dry fit golf polo. You can see there that the buttons, they're probably a little bit longer in terms of the stretch downwards, and there's a nice Nike decal there at the bottom of the buttons. So yeah, nice golf polo there, red, women's, no rips, no tears, small. Paid £4 for it, probably £8 to £10. So this has got just below, it'll fall into that 50 to 100% category, I think, quite easily. So nice red golf polo there. Okay, come on ladies. All right, it'll look good on you. Next up, a pair of sliders. Okay, these Nike sliders, paid £3 for these, and look at that, T90s. Okay, these are very retro. Okay, nice black and red, UK size 11. You might be thinking to yourself, hold on, it's not summer. Shower sandals for the gym goers. All right, that is something that you have to consider. All right, these are still in cracking condition. All right, there's not much wear on them, so yeah, really pleased to be putting these on. Paid £3 for them, probably put them on for between 8 and 10, probably towards the 10 region, but yeah, there's 100% potential here. All right, so really nice pair of sliders. If you come across sliders in good condition, they do sell. Next up, always be on the lookout for this sort of stuff, baby monitors. Okay, even though this isn't the digital monitor one, the audio on them is digital, so you'll be able to hear the little ones at night. Okay, I know that there's some people that prefer that because they find that the digital ones, I can remember when my kids were small, there was like a pressure sensitive mat that you could put underneath the cot, and if they stopped moving, that the alarms would go off and stuff like this. I did have the, you know, I could see potentially the alarms going off every couple of seconds. So you know, these, in terms of monitoring the sound, if that's all you want, if that's all you need, they'll be absolutely fine. All right, pat tested. You just plug these into the plugs and then that activates the digital audio. But yeah, you've got two there, okay, which will easily be able to tell if the little one is becoming a bit restless, crying a little bit, or something along those lines. Paid £5 for this, probably 10 it will go for. This will fall into the 50 to 100 price range. Okay, so nice Motorola baby monitor. Next up, it's a Nike T, small Nike Air, long sleeved top there. Okay, and these are sort of like have black stripes, are a little bit different in the texture. They feel a bit rubbery. All right, but as a long sleeve tee, and it's got Nike, it's Nike Air as well. Nike Air usually sells quite well. Just the normal basic Nike, yeah, okay, it sells, but Nike Air would sell a little bit quicker. All right, how much did I pay for this? Yeah, just saying. Normally I look before I actually start doing the segment of the video, but I've totally forgotten. Only £1 for this, okay, and it is genuine as well. All right, this was part of a bundle that I managed to source online, so again, really pleased about this. So yeah, this has 100% potential, markup potential, so yeah, pleased. All right, you sometimes come across stuff like this. If everything's a little winner, everything's a little winner, but yeah, pleased with that. So that'll go on and we'll see how it does. Next up, we're still in the ski season, and there's a nice pair of McKinley women's ski gloves here with absolutely no rips, no tears. They've hardly been worn, and I will make that very apparent in my listing. Okay, I paid £2 for these. These will probably go about £5 to £6, okay, or something along those lines. As it's the end of January, so the ski season is still with us. So if anybody's sort of like last minute can't find their ski gloves or needs a pair of ski gloves because the kids are going on a school ski trip, yeah, I'm going to put these on. Might have to wait until next year. Might have to. I might have missed the boat on this. It's got, if it doesn't sell this year or within the next few months, it does have potential, because I sourced them at £2, to go to the car boots during the summer. But I might give these 12 months to actually see if they sell. And if they don't sell, then it's got car boot potential for the summer of 2026. There you go. I just did the maths in my head. Lovely. Oh, another bit of retro Nike T90 sleeveless top. Okay, large in size as well. Now, With this one, the decals are in good condition. That is in good condition, the Nike tick. On the back here, the logo there, the classic Nike T90 logo. I mean, this has got Y2K written all over it, is there, but the sort of like the label on the inside has worn off a little bit. Now, normally that is a sign to me not to do it, but the rest of the vest is in such good condition, I thought, yeah, why not? Okay, because it only cost me £2.92. So, you know, something like this, £8 to £10, it's got 100% potential there. All right, so really nice Nike T90 top. Anything that doesn't sell anymore, or anything that was a bit of an iconic sub brand back in the day but now isn't made anymore, the T90 stuff sells, and sells quite well. And staying with Nike, next up is this lovely Nike vest. Okay, Nike running vest, the Nike T, Nike Run there, and as well, it's not, as you can see, it's not a solid color all the way through. It's got a bit of a pattern design to it. Okay, I suppose that it looks a bit contour line-ish, doesn't it? Yeah, but yeah, nice Nike Run vest there. Where are we? Medium in size, and I again paid £2.92 for this. This was from an online find. So yeah, it's a dry fit, nice condition. Again, £8 to £10. It's got the potential for 100% markup there. And finally, if I was outsourcing, I wouldn't have chosen these, but I'm going to give them a go and see how they do. It's part of that shorts bundle that I told you about earlier in this video, where I managed to pick up 50 pairs of shorts for £95, which basically priced each pair of shorts at £1.90. Now, these are a pair of Argentina Adidas shorts from, I've done it at 2009. Okay, now at the front of the short there's nothing there. Okay, that's because where the number goes. The Adidas decal is actually on the back there, but you can see there, that's paint. There's a little mark there. All right, now therefore I will reduce the price of these, and I will let the people know that there is a little paint mark there. I might have a go at getting it out. All right, these have been through the wash once and it hasn't touched it at all. Yeah, I know that there's ways of getting it out and stuff like this, but you know, I think considering I sourced these at £1.90, I believe that there's a profit there in them. All right, apart from that paint mark, they're in really, really nice condition. So anybody sort of like playing football, like the five-a-side centres and stuff like this, nice pair of shorts, and a pair of shorts with a bit of meaning, because they are from a country's national kit as well. You can see, yeah, they're climacool. You can see on the back there, but you know, you've got the old Argentina there with the 2 stars. Of course, now it will be 3 stars, but yeah, there we go. Okay, there we go. Oh, what was the size of these? What was the size? These are a UK 34. All right, so a 34-inch waist. There, that's your lot. That's lovely. Okay, right. Pleasure letting you know about what I've sold this week, what's coming into the store. I think my next video, I'm going to do a video on decent YouTubers. Of course, there's this channel, okay, but other YouTubers to watch where I have learned so much from. I've done a video about that in the past, but I think it needs a bit of a review. All right, so yeah, that's going to be my next video that comes out. Decent YouTubers to watch if you are a reseller. Right, my name's James Smith. As I said, it's been a pleasure. Please like, comment, subscribe. All right, but for now, so this is Smithy out. All right, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.